The Eagles' first loss or the Broncos' comeback, Greg?
So for me, it's the Broncos' comeback. And the reason why I say it's the Broncos' comeback is because I don't think any of us thought that the Eagles were going to just rip off 17 wins. They were going to lose at some point. They had been struggling, kind of sputtering offensively, but doing enough to win games. The Broncos, however, your coaches pretty much said that this is one of my, seven?
Is that one of my seven greatest teams I've ever
Greatest
coached?
teams. Your quarterback has been struggling all season long, and then he finds a way to convert a 3rd and 15 to Sutton, and it just all turned around for him. And so if this is who we're going to see Bo Nix continue to be moving forward, then this Broncos defense is real. This Broncos team can be very impactful and can win a lot of games. So I think this was a bigger story for the Broncos, specifically because they were doing it against a team that was just finding ways to win, even despite their struggles offensively and sometimes defensively.
So listen, I think Greg nailed it, and we can show you. Bo Nix within the game was 2 different players.
Yes.
And if he is anything close to the guy he was for the final 3 drives, then I'll end up being wrong about this team, and they will be a legitimate postseason contender and then some, because while I might think Sean Payton's a touch overrated, he's obviously an excellent coach, and the defense is spectacular.
Yes, they are.
Nick Benito, for 2 years now, has been one of the 4 or 5 best players on the defensive side of the ball. We had literally never seen Bo Nix and the Broncos do anything like that. They had never beaten a good team, much less beaten a good team on the road and done it in comeback fashion.
Well, they beat Tampa Bay last year.
You know, that's fair. And then they lost 8 straight against playoff teams, and that was before we knew how good Tampa Bay was going to be. But
Yes.
that is the so to put.
It's unbelievable, the constant downplaying of Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos just never ceases to amaze me. I mean, seriously, it just never. Bo Nix has been an awesome quarter. Even trying to reduce that first 8 drives or whatever, like Bo Nix wasn't making great throws, great plays that just weren't unfolding drop passes. I mean, to just keep lumping it on Bo Nix because you reach the conclusion that Bo Nix is not a good quarterback, and so you just can't see yourself out of it. It's just absurd at this point. It really is. It's just absurd. It's just comical. It's weak. It really is. This was a massive win on the road in Philadelphia, one of the hardest places to play in, against the undefeated Super Bowl-winning Philadelphia Eagles, the team that beat the Kansas City Chiefs last year, and this year for that matter, beat the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford. I mean, they beat Mahomes, they beat Stafford, they beat Dak, they beat the Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield, who Nick thinks is just amazing. And now Bo Nix putting together a comeback win on the road. 4th quarter, down 2 scores, 15 points in 5.5 minutes, 2-point conversion. I mean, my goodness, this game was huge. This game was huge for the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix and just the team as a whole. But the backhanded were like, well, look what he did the first 8 drives. I mean, it's just embarrassing at this point. It really is. It really is. Josh Allen scored 3 points against the New England Patriots in the first half. 3 points. Okay. Baker Mayfield against the Philadelphia Eagles in that first half had, I don't have my notes near me right now, but he had like a 60 passer rating and like a 50% completion percentage and had like 80 yards or so, something awful. And was there a whole, well, if we get there's 2 versions of Baker? No. But with Bo Nix, we do just ridiculous. This is why I keep asking you guys, please subscribe. Please watch the full length of this videos so we can grow this channel, so we can grow this fan base, so we can keep making the best possible Denver Broncos content that I can, so we can firmly root ourselves in the sports talk world, so we can be a true voice in this sports talk world. That is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it so voices are heard and listened to when you guys subscribe and you watch the full length of the video. That's what happens. We go vertical. We get just all you could ever ask for. But I mean, stuff like this just makes my head spin. I mean, where to try to, and then again, oh my God. I went through all the stats against the playoff teams, against the winning teams. Bo Nix played well. when you put all the numbers together, I'm not doing it again, but I put together all the numbers. He was the top quarterback in the NFL. And when you look at his last 12 starts, as they showed us on the broadcast, which these numbers are already dated, but the completion percentage will be around the same, the passing yards will be around the same, but add an extra touchdown. So really, his last 13 games, 68.8%, 8% completion percentage, 240 yards per game, a 29 touchdown to 10 interception ratio, and the 6th most total touchdown since being drafted. And you want to be like, well, he hasn't won any playoff games, he can't beat playoff teams. Oh, how dare he not light the league on fire and dominate year one as a rookie? How dare he do that? How dare he not just prove that he is the greatest quarterback that this world has ever seen, all before the age of 25, on a Denver Broncos team that needed to be rebuilt, reworked, still dealing with the fallout of the dead cat from Russellville. How dare they just not immediately just hit the ground running and just dominate and never look back? How dare they? That is proof. That is all the proof I need to know. Sean Payton is a touch overrated. Bo Nix is just not that good of a quarterback. I mean, he's got to win all the big games. I mean, he's got to beat the Commanders. He's got to beat the Eagles. He's got to beat the Chiefs. He's got to beat the Chargers. He's got to beat the Steelers. He's got to beat the Bengals. He's got to beat the Ravens. He's got to beat every great team just like that all by year one. This is a joke. It really is. It really is. And now you beat the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, team that hadn't lost in forever, was on pace to be the first team and only team to win 22 games in a calendar year, as they said in the broadcast. I think that's what it was. I don't know. I don't really pay attention much to that, but still obviously impressive nonetheless. And Sean Payton again and again and again is putting the ball in Bo Nix's hands. 39 pass attempts, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, and again putting the ball in his hands in crucial moments. The 2-point conversion, the ball where they said, hey, you know, if there's a throw for you, take it. If not, it's okay. Take the sack. Even a thing that seems so dumb and simple, or straightforward, I should say, not dumb, but just straightforward. I can't tell you how many players mess that up, how many players try to force a throw or whatever it may be. And in year 2 on the road, Philadelphia fans going crazy, Fangio defense saying, I trust my quarterback. Anything short of just heaps of praise for that game. We just invent things, man. We just invent things. And like I said, it's exhausting. It's like we constantly watch these games and just draw just absurd conclusions, really, no matter what happens. Okay? I mean, like, that's it. It is just always a lose-lose situation. People will use this game as proof. Bix is better than Jalen Hurts. They'll use, if the Philadelphia Eagles won this game, if they were able to kick a field goal and win the game, they would say that's proof Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos can't beat a good team. And then they would use the same chart. Look at the first 8 drives. This is the problem with Bo Nix, right? It just, no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, we just invent things, and we invent them as proof of something that we've already believed in prior, and it's dizzying. It is. It's genuinely dizzying. I found my notes. Baker Mayfield in that first half against the Philadelphia Eagles was 12 for 21. That's not very good. 65 yards. I gave him extra yards. 65 yards, 3.1 yards per attempt, and a 62.6 passer rating. And I'm using Baker because Nick thinks Baker is just the bee's knees. Did Nick highlight that when talking about Baker and the Bucs versus Eagles? No, he did not. No, he did not. He had 65 yards, 12 for 21. And those weren't dropped passes. Bo Nix in those first 8 drives could have had a touchdown, would have had well over 100 yards. Passer rating would have been higher. Completion percentage would have been higher. We don't want to talk about those things. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Denver Broncos and Bo Nix? What do you think the bigger story was of the Broncos' comeback win or the Eagles' first loss? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.